Now, one thing I want to say very clearly, of course, this is just my own opinion, my own insight. We are not going to get Nintendo 64 for Switch Online. We're just not.
Hello, Sven-gers, it's me, Svenny McG, and boy, that didn't age well. In case you missed it, Nintendo last week in the Nintendo Direct very much so stated, coming soon, they're going to be putting the Nintendo 64 games on Nintendo Switch Online. Not without its little hiccups and hitches, of course. I'm very sure, still confident of that, but it is coming. So that video, less than 6 months ago, did not age very well. Let's discuss what we can expect to see, what Nintendo showed us so far, and where I felt I went wrong and right in that other video. Let's jump right in and take a look. Alright, so for starters, my main point in that was, how are we going to get this on Nintendo Switch Online, Mario 64, when they've already sold it to us here in this package? Well, the answer is, they're doing it anyway. And guess what? Perhaps, this is me, this is hypothesizing, but perhaps this is why this had a limited sales. If you recall, this was going to be out for a period of 1 year for Mario's 35th anniversary. And with that, the game was going to be pulled off the digital shop, which it is, but it was also a way to play these games on your Nintendo Switch, and it did have a physical release. But perhaps that's why it was pulled after the year, not just because of Mario's 35th birthday anniversary, but it gave them leverage to then put the game on there. For those of us that do own it, is it the biggest ripoff in the world? Are we gonna go crazy? I don't think so. It's still the only way to play Sunshine and Galaxy on your Nintendo Switch. For those of us that like to collect physical, you have a physical copy of Mario 64 on your Nintendo Switch, so getting it on Nintendo Switch Online, not a deal breaker. Same argument I made with Pokémon Snap. Again, no way they're going to put this on there, but it looks like it's coming. And again, the new updated version, basically it was not just a reskin. I understand they did change quite a few elements, so to get the original back on there, pretty awesome. This was the 25th anniversary of Zelda. Legend of Zelda, and they finally announced that these are coming in Switch Online. Explains why we didn't hear anything about a remake or remaster this year. The sole purpose earlier in the year was on Skyward Sword. Another concern, of course, was the Rare concern. What's going to happen with Rare games? How can these possibly go on there when Microsoft now owns the company and they've released Rare Replay, which actually hosts a lot of these games on it? And yet, here we are. They've already announced. Rare made it clear on their Facebook page, and we've seen the game announced for Nintendo 64. Banjo is coming. Perhaps this was some of the early talks when they were putting Banjo in Smash, and that opens the door. I still maintain it's going to be difficult, friends, for them to get this game on the Nintendo Switch Online. Yeah, not just because they have to deal with Rare, but also because the actual licensing and music licensing, etc. to James Bond, which I believe is owned by Amazon at this time. That being said, Microsoft, Rare, and Nintendo continue to play well together. We could hopefully see things like Perfect Dark, Conkers, and even beloved ones like Donkey Kong 64, and perhaps even Diddy Kong Racing. And so, just like that, we are back, and we're gonna have... What did I say last time? What are you doing? Man, I tell you, I'm gonna have to start getting some kryptonite here. So we definitely have a pretty solid list of games to start, and we have hope for the future that we're gonna get more titles, especially, like I said, ones that we never thought we'd see come in, like Rare, showcasing a little bit of potential that they might actually all make it over. Let's take notice. All of this is not coming to you exactly free of charge. In fact, not only do you have to have a Nintendo Switch Online account, which is an annual subscription, this is an annual account plus, they're calling it. Meaning, right now, currently in Canada, we pay about $25 annually for one. I believe in the US it's $20. This is going to raise the pricing. I'm assuming it's because of the licensing deals they've had to do to get some of these games on there, even though some are direct ports of Nintendo-owned properties. But to get the Sega ones, etc., there is going to be an additional fee, and we do not know what that is yet at this time. So, do you think it's going to be worth it? How much would you be willing to spend? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, one final thing to address. You can get the controllers. They look pretty sweet. You're going to be able to get a Bluetooth looks like controller for the Nintendo 64, and should you want to, for the Sega Genesis to play these games online. Pretty sweet. But yes, friends, I was wrong. A lot of you seem to agree with me. It was one of my most commented videos of the last little while, so some of you were hopeful, which of course is the best we could do, is hope. And some of you were very strict. Some of you just directly telling me, looking at the title of my video, saying, "You're wrong, it's never coming." And I said, that was the point of the video. And I said, I'll watch it when I get time then. But here we are. They are coming. Thank you, Nintendo. This looks awesome. And let's quickly mention, I'm not going to go into it now, but of course, Sega is coming as well. Fantastic. One final thing I also said in that video was perhaps we'll get a look at the Game Boy library. And lately, there's been quite a bit of discussion of that. Various little outlets have been discussing it, bringing it forward. So, again, fingers crossed, we do see some Game Boy games coming directly there. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and hopefully even Game Boy Advance, because that is an awesome library, and there's tons to tap from there. So let me know, again, what are you excited to look for on the Nintendo 64? What do you have your fingers crossed for? What do you want to see? Are you going to pick up one of those Nintendo 64 controllers only available to Nintendo Switch Online? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to, just go ahead and say, haha, you were wrong. So again, thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. As always, until I see you guys again soon, I hope you all take care and be good to each other. Bye now.